So what is going on, my fellow collectors? How is everybody doing today? Daredevil19 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii Nations SH Figuarts Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord. So let's get into it right away and start off with the box. So we do get the same style box that we got with the Rocket and Groot figures. So we don't get a window on the front of the box because of course it is a web exclusive. It does say SH Figuarts on the top. We do get an image of Star-Lord with his helmet on there. Then we do get an image of the figure as well. So Star-Lord, Marvel Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, Tamashii Nations, and Bandai. And then here is the bottom of the box with the blah-blah blah stuff nobody cares about. And then here is the top of the box. And then the one side of it with a cool image of the figure there. And then the other side of the box here does have another image of Star-Lord. And then the back of it does show a few poses you can get the figure into along with some of the accessories. But anyway, that is the packaging. Let's get this figure over to take a closer look at Peter Quill. Alrighty, taking a closer detailed look, and Tamashii Nations really did a superb job with the detail when it comes to this Star-Lord. The face sculpt pretty much looks just like Chris Pratt. It's not perfect, but they were pretty damn close to capturing the likeness of the actor, so very good job with that. And one thing I wanted to mention, this is a web exclusive, so yes, that is very disappointing, just like how the Rocket and Groot were web exclusives, because they just make these figures double the price, and it really kills our wallets. So that is a disappointing thing about this figure. But the good thing about Star-Lord, unlike Rocket, is Tamashii Nations will be distributing Star-Lord, and you will get the explosion effects with him. So you're pretty much paying the price for the figure, then you get the added bonus of the explosion effects. So if you plan on getting Star-Lord, just wait till Bluefin gets him in stock, which will probably be in a few weeks. Like I said, the face sculpt looks great. Eyes both painted looking in the same direction, so that's always a plus. And I really dig the way the beard turned out. It does have a very realistic look to it, so I really like the way that turned out. And then the sculpt and the paint of the hair look really good. It's like this light brown color, and then we get like a darker brown shading here and there all throughout it. And it looks really good, and the sculpt of the hair looks very good also. The neck here, the neck and the hands, the skin tone matches, but on the face it seems to be a little bit brighter. I feel like if they added a little bit of shading on the neck and maybe the hands, it would have matched the skin tone of the face better. I mean, it's not something incredibly bad, but I felt like it's something I did need to mention just so you guys would know. Now for the torso here, they did a good job with his shirt underneath. I mean, it's just molded in the color of the plastic, but the alien band, I believe that is, it's an alien band, the name on there. They did a very good job with the alien lettering, and it came out really clean, so I really dig the way that looks. The jacket, probably one of my favorite things about the figure. We do get some nice paint shading here and there all throughout it, so I do appreciate them doing that. But beautiful sculpt all throughout the jacket here, and then where you see the black, nice clean paint where the black meets the maroon, so big plus right there. And I like, I don't know if that's pins or something, but that looks really cool. Maybe a couple buttons and a pin or something. That just turned out really nice, just that tiny little detail. They are sculpted and painted on there, so just wanted to mention that quickly. But very nice job sculpting the jacket on the sides there, and then on the back here, very nice sculpt on the top, and then we do get a little bit of paint shading here and there. Nice sculpt on the black parts there, and nice paint work on them as well. And then the sleeves look pretty good. We do get a little bit of paint shading, mostly up around the bicep. There isn't any shading around the forearm, but we do get some very nice sculpted wrinkles all throughout the forearm on the jacket, and I really dig the way that turned out. So very nice job all throughout the torso so far. Now for the pants here, they did a very nice job with that as well. We do get some nice shading all throughout the pants here and there, just like with the jacket. And then we do get some beautiful sculpt work all throughout the pants, and then the paint for the silver for the buckle, and then these pieces, and then the gold buttons turned out really clean. So I really appreciate Tamashii Nations doing some nice clean paint work on most of their recent releases. But the underwear piece is a softer rubbery type plastic, so it won't hinder leg articulation, so that's definitely a plus there. Very nice sculpt on the side right there, running down the side of the thigh, and I do like all these sculpted lines on the front right there. Very nice work on that there. And then the back of the pants, we do get a little bit of sculpted wrinkles like around there and then around the knees. As you can see in the front on the knees there, we do get some sculpted wrinkles in the lower legs. The boots look dope. They did a pretty damn good job with them as well. My only issue though is that orange colorish paint there. It's a little more heavy on his left boot compared to his right one, so it does look a little awkward, but very nice sculpt on the buckles right there, those black buckles. And then I dig the way the texture is on the back of his boots. It has like a leathery type look to it, and it turned out really nice. And I also like the texture on the front, on like the orange part as well. Very good job on the boots. And then the feet, nice sculpt on them. We do get a little bit of that orange paint up around the top of the foot right there, but that's really it. But we do get some nice tiny sculpted detail on the feet there. And then the bottom of them, not much going on, but overall I think the detail is definitely the best part about this Star-Lord. I think Tamashii Nations really did an excellent job with it, and I don't have too many complaints about the detail. But anyway, let's continue on. Moving on to the accessories, we really don't get a whole bunch with this Star-Lord, which is a bit disappointing, but we do get a few cool things. And before I start anything, I do wish they included his Walkman with the headphones, or maybe an extra interchangeable head with some molded on headphones or something like that, because they really could have added at least another accessory or two. But we do get two interchangeable heads, so we do get the unmasked face here, which we did take a look at before, and this does come on the figure out of the packaging. And like I said, they did capture the likeness of Chris Pratt pretty good on it, but it's not perfect. So we do get that. Then we do get my favorite out of the two, and probably my favorite part about the figure, which is the masked interchangeable face. And they did a fantastic job with his mask here. The hair looks good. We do get some nice shading on it, nice sculpt work on it, and the mask just really looks beautiful. Very good job all throughout it. The sculpt looks great, and the paint is nice and clean all throughout it. So really great job on this masked interchangeable head. And the way you interchange his head's very simple. It's just on a ball joint, so when you want to put it on, just pop it on, and when you want to take it off, just pop it right off. Simple as that. So we do get those two interchangeable heads. And then we also get his signature guns or blasters, and they did a very nice job with these. These are probably my favorite accessories, not including that masked interchangeable head. They really did a great job with these. Beautiful sculpt and paint work all throughout them. Nice clean paint there. I do like the silver and the gold added on the gun right there. I think that looks really nice. So very good job with the guns there, and they're identical as you can see. And one is for his left hand, which is this one. As you can see, this piece around the grip is on there, so that's for the left side. And then this one's for the right hand. As you can see, the pieces on that side, as you can see there. So we do get his two guns, and then we finally get 6 interchangeable hands. So we do get a pair of fists, of course, which come on the figure out of the packaging, and very nice sculpt all throughout the fists here. And I can't really tell if there's paint shading. I want to say there isn't, but some parts it looks like there is. So I'm not 100% sure if there's very subtle shading on it, but they did do a very nice job sculpting the fists here. And all his hands are pretty damn simple to interchange, and that is always a big plus when it comes to a figure. So we do get a pair of fists, and then we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, which is for his blasters or guns, of course. And very nice sculpt all throughout these. You can't really see the fingernail sculpted on there, so really not the best detail. And my second biggest issue with this figure is that he doesn't really grip onto his guns too securely. It's a loose fit, as you can see right there. It's a loose fit, and it kind of sucks. I mean, they could have made the hands have a tighter grip since they are a softer rubbery type plastic, but they didn't, and he doesn't really hold them that well. I mean, he does hold them pretty good, but it is a little bit of a loose fit, so that does kind of suck a little bit. So we do get a pair of trigger finger hands, and then finally we get a pair of open hands, and very nice sculpt all throughout these. You can see the fingernails better on these hands, so good job with that. But anyway, that is all the accessories included with Star-Lord. Well, let's keep moving on with the rest of the reviews, shall we? We shall. Now for the height of Mr. Quill. To the top of his head, it looks like he's just shy of 6 inches tall. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Homecoming Spider-Man, Rocket Raccoon, and Groots, and the Marvel Legends Evolution of Groots. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Civil War Captain America, the Mark III Iron Man, the Mezco 112 Deadpool, and the Good Smile Company Figma Avengers Hulk. And then here he is compared to the SH Figuarts Awakened Warrior Super Saiyan Goku, and the Mezco 112 Punisher. Anyway, there's some quick comparisons. let's keep moving on with the rest of the review. So now for all the articulation, and my biggest issue with the articulation is some of the joints are way too tight, and that is definitely not a good thing, because then that risks breaking joints on your figure. So that definitely is a big issue right there. So we do have 2 points at the neck. The upper neck joint, Star-Lord almost looks all the way up, which is really good. Then going down, he does look down a tiny bit, so good movement moving forward and back at the upper neck there. Then we get some beautiful pivot there. Look at that. Very nice pivot at the upper neck, and then it does swivel. And then here is one of the very tight joints, which is the lower neck here. It's not as bad as some of the other points of articulation, which we'll get into in a second, but it does go forward a really good amount. So Star-Lord can pretty much look all the way down. Then going back, it just goes straight up, so he does look up the same amount just using the upper neck there. Then we do get very nice pivot at the lower neck, and then it also swivels, so really good movement at both those neck joints. Then we do get a point of articulation at the torso under the chest, and with that joint, Star-Lord crunches forward just a tiny bit, not too much. It does go back a lot more though, as you can see there. And then we do get just a tiny bit of pivot at the torso, and then the swivel on it is so tight on mine, I don't even want to articulate it. So there's another point of articulation that is way too tight, the swivel at the torso. Then for the waist here, it does crunch forward, or it goes forward pretty good. So with both joints, Star-Lord does crunch forward a decent amount, and then the waist does go back a lot. And when you try to move the torso back, it gets hindered a little bit by his jacket there. But we get very nice pivot at the waist, and then some great swivel. Now for the arms here, the shoulder joints, this is another point of articulation where the joints are way too tight. So we do have a nice circular motion out of the shoulder there, so I do like that. And then the arms pretty much go all the way up, so that is definitely great. And then they do go up, as you can see right there, moving the arms up and down. That joint is way too tight, so that is a bit of an issue. We don't have a bicep swivel, so you will have to use it at the shoulder there. Then we have a single jointed elbow that bends in a little more than 90 degrees. Then we do get a little more of a swivel where the elbow joint connects into the bicep, and then a tiny bit where it connects into the forearm. Then we do have a ball hinge at the wrist, so it does swivel, and then hinges back and forth. Now for the legs here, do kick forward pretty much 90 degrees, so that's good. They do go back almost 90 degrees. Then his legs doing the splits, they go out a little more than 45 degrees. I feel like the underwear piece for the pants does hinder it a bit though. And then the swivel at the thigh is a little too tight. It's not as bad on the right one, but look at the left one here where I go, see what I mean? When I go to swivel it, it does that. The joint is way too tight when I try to swivel it, and it's just like, damn man, what the hell happened? They made the joints way too tight on this Star-Lord. Not all of them, but some of them. Now for the knees, we have a single jointed knee there that bends back almost all the way. Then we do get a little bit of a swivel where the knee joint connects into the thigh, and very minimal swivel where it connects into the lower leg. Then we do have a swivel at the ankles, and then they hinge up a little bit. They do hinge down a lot though, and then we do get a little bit of ankle pivot. Not the best, but it's decent. Then we do have a nice toe hinge. So overall, I think we do get some very nice articulation with this Star-Lord. The biggest issue though is some of the joints are way too tight, and that's how you risk breaking your action figure. So that is definitely not a good thing, but you're still going to be able to get them in some great Star-Lord-like poses, and I'm about to show you some of them right about now. But anyway, that is my review of the SH Figuarts Guardians of the Galaxy Star-Lord. Hope you enjoyed it. If I had to rate this figure between a 1 through 10, I'd have to give it an 8.5. If you would like to know the price and where to buy this figure, I did get mine from Agelessgeeks.com, but this is the Japan release. He doesn't have any more of these in stock, but he will have more in stock when it releases in the US with the explosion effects, and I do believe he does have it up for pre-order right now, and it should be releasing in in the US in about a few weeks. And don't forget, when you purchase something from Agelessgeeks.com, to enter in codename Daredevil, and you will be getting yourself a 5% off discount. I will put more information in the description below. And if you would like to support the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on that bell icon. And if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, just give it a thumbs up anyway, because action figures are awesome. But thanks for watching. I will see you later. So we do get the same style box that we got with the Rocket and Groot figures. So we do get the same style box that we got with the Rocket and Groot figures. So we do not get a window. The SH Figuarts. Whoops, almost said Civil War, Captain and Goku. The SH Figuarts. Damn it, almost did it again. The Mezco 112 Deadpool and the Good Smile Company Mesh. Whoa, I messed that up. And it's a bit scary. My dog's drinking water. How's that water over there, buddy? 6 interchangeable Luffy, stop it. Always making sounds, that bugger.